So I need to go find the test. That was our goal today from last week. I don't know if you still want to do it. Here it is. Browser up.
I did take a look at the test questions and go through them. And I could answer most of them. I surprised myself, actually.
So this will be the responsibilities of citizenship, which Mr. Trump loves to make sure that you get. Support and defend the Constitution, respect and obey federal, state, and local laws, participate in the democratic process, pay income and other taxes, and serve on a jury when called upon. I'm sure he doesn't do any of that. Thank you very much.
No, he only cares about it when it conveniences him.
Yeah.
What I'm getting is a national. Oh, this is the national immigrants. Okay, I do remember seeing this.
So
This is the Ellis Island.
Yeah. So this is studying for the test is what I pulled up. And of course, here somewhere, I remember seeing the questions. 100 civic questions in
Oh,
Haitian.
here they are at the bottom. Civic responsibilities. Yeah, I see them now.
Okay. So I have the questions and the answers. I'm going to ask them, and then we'll just go through and see how many we knew, which means I am actually going to be cheating because there's no way. There is an automated one out there, but I'm too lost to go find it. So okay. I'll ask the questions. Okay?
All right.
Okay. All right. Number one, under principles of American democracy, what is the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
Okay. Do you agree, Mr. Garza?
I suppose so, yeah. I'm not sure what else it would be, so Constitution.
USCIS would kill you. You got to have an answer.
Constitution.
All right. The next one goes to you, Mr. Garza. What does the Constitution do? Give me three things that it does.
What is it? Three things that it does? It lays out the rights of the citizens. Three things it does. Rights, obligations, or rights, responsibilities, and I don't know. I can't think of three.
All of those under the first one. Okay. All right. He passes the question over to you, Carolyn. What else does the Constitution do? Article 1. Article 2.
I don't remember what the articles are, but
you're thinking of the amendments, Mr. Garza, which is great. But the first article, the second article.
One was about liberty.
That's the Declaration. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, isn't it like in order to form a more perfect union?
Perfect union. There we go.
So I have no idea. I must admit, I really am lost here.
And I read it. I read it, and I was like, yeah, that's what it does. But not looking at it and trying to come up with it is another thing.
Yeah, which is a harder thing than a multiple choice. Multiple choice, I think you guys would do. So the preamble of the Constitution tells you those things, in order to form a more perfect union, ensure, establish justice. But then we normally say that the first couple of articles, they set up the government, the office of the president, how long he's going to be. It gives the powers
to the three
Remember?
branches. To the three branches.
That's right.
Hmm.
So that's where it basically sets up the government and then empowers each section of the government. We forget that, but that's the basic part of the Constitution.
We
and
learned
yes,
that once.
Okay.
Yeah. So once it sets that, after they finished it, they said that looks really good for them. What about us? And that's where the Bill of Rights gets added, and
Okay.
therefore what you guys don't have, we have. That needed to be clarified,
Yeah.
and that's why the first 10 amendments come into play. So
I see.
So anyway, that's where that question can be a little bit tricky because most Americans don't think of the setting up of government.
Anyway, I would think of Bill of Rights.
Well, it
Yeah.
makes sense. It's like the constitution of a nonprofit. Like, here's what we were created to do. Here's how we're formed, and so on. And then the bylaws are like, we meet every second Tuesday. They're the little nitpicky details, sort of. So yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, the rules of operation, but the framework itself is the Constitution, and that is the power of that, and that's why every time we need to make a big change, it's so hard because we're already in a box.
Mhm.
So that was kind of fun, except that I lost my place as to what the questions were.
Okay. You're looking really cosmic right now, I have to tell you.
Oh,
Yes, you are.
Alexa turned off the light. Oh yeah, look at me now.
That's
I
pretty
see.
amazing. Whoa.
And there you go. She heard my name or her name, and she turned on the light again.
Oh, okay.
That is weird. So let me go back then to those questions.
So now we have to name like at least 3 of the Bill of Rights or something like that.
Yeah, that'll come. So you might as well name 3. Name the first one.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Well, actually, within the first one is freedom of speech. What else is in that first one?
Freedom of religion.
Yeah.
Assembly.
Freedom of what?
Freedom to assemble, maybe?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, freedom of speech.
Right to bear arms, of course.
Yeah.
No, that's the second.
Second, yeah.
Okay. So you named the first one. Name another one then.
Another freedom.
No, another one of the Bill of Rights. I take the
5th.
yes.
Freedom to not incriminate yourself then.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go back to my original country. I don't think I'm cut out for this immigration thing.
This is your original country. What are you talking about?
Well, that's why I don't know, because I never had to know. It was never.
The 13th is something about freedom from slavery unless you're incarcerated or something like that.
Yeah, which was remedied by the 14th, but that's the Bill of Rights is considered the first 10, right?
Yeah.
They're the ones that were passed.
So I'm like shooting ahead.
Okay. Yeah, well, you did. All right, let me go back. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words?
We the people.
people.
Yes.
Hey, we both got that one.
Yes. Okay. Define an amendment. What is an amendment?
It's just something that it's an alteration. It's
Yeah.
taking
It's a big
something
word.
and adding to it or altering it in some way or
Good.
explaining it in greater detail or something.
Yeah. Your first two that are the ones that they're looking for.
Oh, okay.
In addition, you add to it or you change it. Alteration is good. Change is the word that they have here. Okay. The first 10 amendments are called?
Bill of Rights.
Rights.
Yeah. The ones that you didn't mention in terms of freedoms in the First Amendment were freedom of the press. Yes.
Oh,
know that
freedom
one.
of the press. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom of
And
speech.
petition the government.
Petition the government.
You have
Yes.
the right to petition the government and be ignored.
Which we
Okay.
could sort of overlap with freedom of assembly, sort of.
Yeah. Although sometimes we gather just for concerts. Okay. How many amendments are on the Constitution, on the present Constitution?
I know there's at least 24, but that includes the Bill of Rights. I think.
Yes, they should include the first 10, which is the Bill of Rights. And how many since that have been added?
I have no idea.
14-ish?
Good job. It's actually 17 more. 14th Amendment was in the, 1920s? And only 3 have been passed since. And does not include the RA. So, all right. There, just for everybody's knowledge, then, since we're recording this as a fun game, if you're 65 years or older and have been a legal permanent resident for more than 20 years, you actually get a simplified test.
Oh, good. That's me.
Neither one of you qualifies. So let's go on to question number 8.
I do.
You're more than 65?
I am.
I'm way more than 65.
65.
By 1 year. I'm 66.
Well, then I'll give you only the asterisk questions then, because they're specials.
I'm 67.
You're 57.
67.
You're 67? Wow.
Doesn't that make you feel young now?
Or 68, something like that. I was born in
I'm the
1956.
kid then.
Yeah. I'm old.
Wow. All right. Then you guys would have the simplified version.
I sure hope so. I'm performing miserably on them.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna, wow, this light. Alexa, turn on the piano light.
Oh.
I'm gonna skip the more philosophical ones. Name one branch of or part of the government.
Executive,
Yes.
judicial,
Congress. Legislative.
Yes.
legislative.
And legislative. Good. What about parts of government? Those are the 3 branches.
You mean parts of each of the branches?
Yeah, can
You
you
mean like the
say it for
executive would be president and cabinet, right?
the cabinet is not in the Constitution, FYI.
Oh.
So the president is
The vice president would be.
yes, the vice
Executive.
president is a part.
Sick.
What's the other big branch?
Congress.
What's the Congress? Thank you. And then judicial is exhibited in the
Courts.
courts. Yeah. All right. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful?
Balance of powers.
Yes. Normally in civics, the class teaches you that there are
Checks and balances.
checks and balances. and that balance of power is done through separation of powers.
Oh, right.
Separation of powers. That's right.
Yeah, and then that's the balance. All right, easy. Who's in charge of the executive branch?
President,
Who makes the federal laws?
Senate, or Congress.
Congress, yeah.
Congress, yeah, the House and the Senate, or
What
sometimes
happens if they don't make laws? Then you have executive orders.
Right.
Okay, never mind.
well, then you have the president. Okay, what are the two parts of the U.S. Congress?
Senate and the House of
Good.
Representatives.
I give you the easy ones too, because when there's a hard one, you feel bad, but you should feel good because you know many of these. How many senators are there?
There's like
2 per state.
Good.
100 for senators.
Very good math. You got it through there. The senators serve for how many years?
I read that and I was surprised.
Is it 6?
Mm-hmm.
6? Good job. Okay. Name one of your U.S. senators today.
I want to keep wanting to say Durkin.
Not Durkin.
That's the donuts.
There's a place in South Africa with the same name, I think.
Close to it, yeah. Different spellings, same sounds. Tom, the one in the wheelchair?
Wheelchair? No. That's the other one. Oh, yeah.
That's the other one.
Yeah. I've
So
always
what's her
been
name?
bad at tests.
Tammy.
I want to say Tammy Baker.
No, thankfully no.
Tammy.
That's it.
My sister once said, "Oh, I really don't like her," not knowing she was my senator. I was like, "Well, why not?" I don't know. My sister and I have polar opposite politics.
Oh, so it's Durbin
Yes,
is one.
Durbin. Good.
And then
Durbin and Tammy. I just had
Tammy D.
Tammy D.
Quacks.
Quack. She's worth a quack.
Duck something?
Okay.
Duckworth?
We can't do any better than that. Tammy Duckworth.
Duckworth. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Let's go to another area you're probably better at. The House of Representatives has how many voting members?
Ooh, I read that number, and that one I'm not going to recall because it varies by state, by population.
Yes, but the census will change that.
400 something?
Yes, good. It's over 400.
I want to say
It's under 450.
425.
Higher.
435.
You got it. Only 3 choices. You still got one lifeline left. Okay, the U.S. representatives serve for how many years?
3?
2?
2.
No.
Yes.
2.
2.
Oh, okay.
2, and that's why they're always in
Campaign mode.
campaign mode and pulling up money and whatever else. Name your U.S. representative.
It's not Rodney anymore.
No, it's
So
not.
that's good job. Good job.
It's a she.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
No clue. Nikki Budzinski. It's hard to say also. Budzinski?
Budzinski?
Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Haven't
You
heard
can just
about
call
her
her
since
Nikki.
the election.
Oh, we only have one Nikki, I think. So Say
Unless
Nikki.
another Nikki gets the Republican nomination, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, that would be a good strategy just to confuse the electorate.
Yeah, they did that in Florida with a few.
Isn't that one woman's name Nikki something that's running against
Nikki
Trump?
Haley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's running for president. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Who does a U.S. Senator represent?
State.
Good.
But also their particular district.
Wrong.
No?
No. Senators have no districts.
Oh, I thought you said
Congressmen have
representative.
districts.
No,
Yeah.
I thought you said representative. Senators, yes. Okay, yes,
Yes.
the state.
All right. Then we're good. Senators don't have districts. They represent the whole state.
That is correct.
Okay.
I misheard.
So let's clarify this one. Why do some states have more representatives than other states?
They have greater population.
Correct. Okay. How long does the president serve?
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
In 1 month, do we vote for president?
November.
What's the name of the president of the U.S.?
Joseph Biden Jr.
Woo-hoo. What is the name of the vice president?
What's her name? Catherine
Kamala.
Kamala Harris or
Kamala. Oh, I know what her last name is. I'm blanking on it. Kamala. What is it? I know it.
Yes.
I'm blanking.
Starts with an H.
not Harris?
Yes.
Oh, that didn't sound right to me. Kamala Harris. Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. So these are kind of easy because they're straight out memorizations. If you had to test tomorrow, you would probably cram very easily, right? Okay. Some of the basics: succession. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
Vice President.
And if the vice president and the president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
Speaker of the House.
Good. Who is the commander in chief of the military?
President.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Who signs bills to become laws?
President.
Who vetoes bills?
Same guy.
Yep. What does the president's cabinet do?
They advise on a variety of topics.
Yep. They do. And they actually carry. So they execute with him. They help him through, right? Name 2 cabinet level positions.
Department of Education or energy.
Right.
Energy.
So
Is it
who's the
education?
cabinet member for that?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the one that? No, that's. I'm thinking of the Department of the Interior. The woman.
So you're thinking departments, but you have to name this. It's the secretary of.
Secretary of the Department of Energy, Secretary of the Department of the Interior. I think the Interior is the person from who's Native American who might be Deb something. Deb.
That's right.
Maybe starts with an H, but I
Yeah.
can't get further than that.
Highland or something like that.
Well, you've answered the question, but her name is Deb Haaland.
Holland.
Holland. Okay.
Yeah.
Not Highland. Okay.
Yeah, but it.
And then like Homeland Security is what's his face? Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Homeland Security.
M.
I should know this.
Yeah, you would. Because I think you're an American.
Mayorkas is what I was thinking, but
That's exactly it. You had it. Good. For fun, there's all the secretaries of the departments, which you did, but there's two other members that it's hard to think of them as cabinet, but it's very natural once you know them. And that is the vice president is part of the cabinet, and so is the attorney
Right now,
general.
there.
Oh, Attorney General? I thought they weren't. Okay.
Yeah, they're part of the cabinet officially. So,
Ah.
Alexa, turn on the light. All right. What does the judicial branch do? Name me three things.
These days or
Unifies. No,
technically?
judicial unifies, whatever the word is. Adjudicates, that's the word. Adjudicates.
Yes. So why do they adjudicate? What is it that they do?
They
Resolve questions about the Constitution.
And-
Yes.
and define the laws or
Yes.
spell out what they cover and what they don't cover.
Yeah.
Um,
And then there's a basic. It's the court, so they solve disagreements. So who what is the highest court of the land?
Supreme Court.
yep.
Thank you. And how many justices are in the Supreme Court?
9
Yeah.
currently.
Yeah. Yep. And as you know, that's not defined. So
So that has changed over time.
Yeah.
And they talked about changing it like in the last year or so, but that's a tricky deal.
Yeah, and so they haven't yet done. So who is in charge of the Supreme Court, as in who is the Chief Justice?
John Roberts.
Very good. You're warmed up now. Under the Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? This is the Constitution. Remember, it's the framework, it's the setup. It's one of the reasons you have a Constitution.
To conduct
But what
foreign,
are the powers delegated to it?
From the
conduct-
beginning,
Yep.
Oh, well, they conduct foreign relationships or foreign signed treaties.
Yes. Good. They make treaties.
declare war.
They can declare war. Related to that, they create the army. And the one they really needed in 1787 was they needed to print money.
Ah, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Okay, powers of the states. As you know, these are big fights. So what's name two powers that the states have?
Something about elections.
Yeah, they have their own elections. They can set up their own rules for elections, except for the national offices. But
even national
yes.
elections, we choose electors by state, right?
Yeah, think more basic. Why the state of Illinois has the power to regulate and establish
Commerce? No.
taxing within the state, but commerce is also federal.
Oh, yeah.
Commerce.
I guess it is.
Think of how they tax us.
To collect taxes? No, that's not.
Yes, but both levels have taxes, but the states can collect taxes for the purposes of
Oh, sales taxes from you?
sales, but
I
they
mean,
also,
they can do income, but not all states do.
Property tax.
that's right,
Oh, yeah,
But they-
yeah. Property taxes. Schools.
property, exactly, there you go. So they can tax on the land, they can tax for